Hi, I'm Carla Hugo, your holistic life coach, back to share with you more keys from Keyed In, 7 Keys to Transform Your Life. This is a book that I wrote like many years ago, but I'm using it as a guide to share with you my best and favorite coaching tools and techniques so you can have them at your fingertips. And that's a little clue about today's topic. But I want to share with you like a really cool synchronicity that happened. I had heard about, probably late to the game, about Tony Robbins' book, Life Force. And it is quite gigantic. And if you're like me, then you like to open a book at like whatever page. So I'm waiting to pick up somebody from the train station. I got this book from the library. I open it up. And boom, I get to this page, 611, where Tony is addressing energy medicine, energy psychology, and emotional freedom techniques. And to be honest, kind of blew my mind because I've been planning on recording this video for you for quite some time, updating it. I do have several other videos on my YouTube channel, Carla Hugo Visualize It, on the subject of EFT. Some recorded many years ago. So anyway, let's get started. And I'm really psyched to know that more and more people are becoming aware of this powerful tool at your fingertips. So I learned emotional freedom techniques way back in about 2006 from Gary Craig, the way he created it, and trained with some experts at that time. And over the years have been using it on myself, my family, teaching clients, giving workshops on the subject. The basis of emotional freedom techniques is to move your stuck emotions through your body. As I mentioned in the previous video, that our emotions are energy in motion. They want to be moving. But when we suppress them, when we ignore them, when we say, it's fine, it's not really fine. And we need to help move those emotions through our body. As in Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life, she addresses how the pains in our body, wherever they might be, are giving us a message of some emotion that's not been healed or processed. So there's a true mind, body, spirit connection that's happening for each of us. So emotional freedom techniques is based on the ancient principles of acupuncture and is coupled with energy psychology. So to begin, a lot of people will say, hey Carla, why are you telling me to focus on the negative? Normally you tell me to focus on what I want to achieve, what are the outcomes that I want, not on what's bothering me. Well, we need to address what's bothering us so that we can work on it, right? So I want you to think about a challenge that you're facing right now. Maybe it's a fear, maybe it's a relationship issue, maybe it's something that you're really frustrated with about yourself, some place where you feel stuck. Now that you've identified that thing, I want you to evaluate using a scale of 0 to 10 how much emotional pain or distress you are in when you think about this issue, this challenge, right? 0 means it really doesn't bother me at all, and to be honest, then don't pick that one. Or 10 is it's off the charts. If I have to deal with these feelings of frustration, or if I have to deal with my boss, or whatever the issue is, evaluate it on a 0 to 10 and just make a note of that number. Okay, now we're going to do the setup, often overlooked setup part or piece of emotional freedom techniques. And that is when we focus on the problem and we make a statement. Even though I have this massive frustration at work, whatever the issue is, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Wow. When I introduce this to my clients, as I'm introducing it to you right now, that alone is kind of a shocking statement. Most people have never ever said that they deeply and completely love and accept themselves. So at the same time that you're saying this statement, which is called the setup, you're going to be tapping on the side of your hand, what Gary Craig termed the karate chop point. And what I like to do is always tap on both sides of the body, so to tap both hands together. So even though I have this massive frustration, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And you do that 3 times. By the way, you want to get as specific as you can on the issue that you have. So you might say, even though I can feel my blood boiling when my boss barges into my office and demands something from me, even though it wasn't due until next week. So you can get very specific. The more specific you are, the more able you will be to neutralize and eliminate this feeling of frustration. After the setup, we want to utilize the 10 tapping points as I learned them. Emotional freedom techniques has an S at the end because it is more art than science, and people learn and teach it and use it in all kinds of ways. So I'm going to show you my way, and you can adapt it to create your own way. Or of course, as I'd prefer, use it my way. Since I learned tapping on both sides of the body is so important. It's like if you were to take your car through a car wash and only have them clean one side, right? So tapping is an overhaul of our energy body, of this invisible meridian system in our body that we don't need to be a licensed practitioner of acupuncture to know where to insert a needle in our body. We're going to overhaul this meridian system. So the beginning eyebrow point is the first tapping point, and you would tap on both sides gently with the tips of your fingers about 7 times, and then the side of the eye. And right now I'm just demonstrating the tapping for you, and then when I'm done with this, I'll show you or tell you what else you'd be doing verbally. And then under the nose, under the lip, the collarbone point, your ribs on the side. You can also go cross body, that's more comfortable for some people. Your wrists together, and the top of your head. Woo! I could not help but exhale and release whatever tension and emotion is being held in my body. Is automatic. So if you just try those 10 tapping points, you will feel something. But if you focus in on a specific issue, if you evaluate it using the subjective units of distress 0 to 10, you tap on this karate chop point while focusing on the issue coupled with that you deeply and completely love and accept yourself. Then do the tapping, you will have massive change. So while you're tapping, this is when you're also focusing on the issue, and you would have a reminder phrase such as, oh, this frustration. Oh, I can't stand going to work in the morning. My boss is driving me crazy. And as you go through here, you would have a reminder phrase because you're just helping to free and release. Now, after a couple of rounds of tapping, you would go back and reevaluate your subjective units of distress. And if that number's gone down, I'll continue to share with you what to do next. Thank you for joining me. I'm Carla Hugo, your holistic life coach. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you, Tony, for giving me the confidence to continue with my exploration and educating people on emotional freedom techniques. Have a great day.